Hello, welcome to our Wednesday LSU football practice report leading up to the SEC championship game. I'm Advocate Sports columnist Scott Rabalais with our beat writer Brooks Kubena. This report is sponsored by Hancock Whitney Bank. Full day of practice today, full pads. Tigers on a beautiful day for practice here. They leave tomorrow, Brooks. Kind of intense, a little part we saw. But what did you make of what we saw today in the limited time we were out there?
Well, it's a team that's practicing, and if you go on theadvocate.com or in the paper, we've written about this, how Ed Orgeron has actually taken a lot of what he's learned to do with practice to make them sustain stamina over a season. Old former coaches, Les Miles and Nick Saban back. You have real tough, long, grueling practices, but Ed Orgeron learned with the New Orleans Saints how to practice with a limited roster. They had 53 on the team, and NCAA allows teams to have 85 scholarship players, and you can get close to 100. And whenever he went to USC, they actually had NCAA sanctions that limited their roster, so he took the same idea and used it there, and he's done it ever since. So you can see how the players over time have kept up their stamina, and actually the LSU sports medicine staff has these pieces of equipment that they wear, and it tracks how fast they're going. They're actually going 2 miles an hour faster on average than they did before, whenever Ed Orgeron wasn't the head coach at the time. So they're moving pretty well, and you see that from everyone, including Joe Burrow, who said earlier this week that he's throwing less over the past couple of weeks.
Right.
He takes it off a little bit on Mondays, a little bit on Tuesdays, and picks his spots on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And here on Wednesday, Joe Burrow got himself some pretty big news.
Yes, he did. He won the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award, given annually to one of the nation's top quarterbacks. Also, it's not just performance on the field; it's scholarship, it's leadership, that sort of thing. The first of we anticipate will be many awards for Joe Burrow. Next week is the awards week, basically. So he's got a busy schedule after the SEC championship game.
Right. You actually talk to there's someone who sends emails all across the sports place that do with odds for the Heisman deal, and what, he got taken off?
Yeah, it's off the board for the people who send us
Tough
odds.
luck. Sorry, it's too late.
That's right. But next week there's the award in Baltimore for the Unitas. Then he's got the College Football Award show in Atlanta. He's got the Heisman ceremonies. You assume he's going to be a finalist in New York after that. The other big news, of course, last night the College Football rankings came out. To no surprise, LSU still number 2. I thought the committee left an opening for LSU to be number 1. A lot of people are grumbling about LSU not being number 1. I didn't think they would be after Ohio State beat Michigan. But if LSU can pick up another top 5 win at the time by beating Georgia, that might trump anything Ohio State's able to do, even with their Big Ten championship game against Wisconsin.
I agree. I think at number 4, you see where the committee ranks Georgia, and to get that win adds another top 10, top 5 victory for LSU, and that, if it's convincing enough, they could go to the number 1 seed, which I think is, you look at what the playoff scenarios would be. Clemson's playing very well, so just thinking that people getting into the playoff matters. The 1 seed versus the 2 seed means you're going up against a team that's the reigning national champion. Is pretty ticked off that people aren't taking them very seriously.
27 straight wins. Everyone's trying to avoid playing Clemson in the semifinal, obviously. So we'll have another report tomorrow. Then Friday we'll be reporting to you from Atlanta.